Budden said this might be the first and last time he talks about DDG. I think he gonna talk about him again. What's up? What's happening? It's Big K. We back in this thing. K is too gutty sleep with a cutter up patron. You know the big dog one and ton. We to talk about Joe Budden. If you heard the last Joe Budden podcast, the Saturday podcast, he didn't have the best things to say about DDG. He was just making fun of him, making fun of his relationship with Halle Bailey. By the way, if I mispronounce her name, listen, I don't know how to pronounce her shit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how to pronounce her name, okay? So I'm not doing it on purpose to be funny. It's just I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Halle Bailey or Halle Bailey. I don't know. Bailey, sorry. Anyways, they've had a kid together called Halo. Or I guess DDG exposed it first. Anyways, he said that they broke up on Instagram, Twitter, whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, basically said they broke up. Now, in the reports that DJ Academics has had, he has stated that, they have broke up a while ago. They were just co-parenting and shit. Like at least a couple of months, maybe like 2 months. So basically, that's why we haven't really seen them around each other. That's why that Usher thing, it wasn't really that important when that really came to light. But now they have went public and said they have broke up. You know, people are in their lives. People are questioning them. So, of course, they have to say it. Also, if we do believe Academics saying that they've broken up for a while, maybe if DDG does take a picture with a girl or we see him around a girl, there's not no question. There's not no outrage about it. Maybe that's why he's trying to get ahead of it now because he might have a potential love interest. Also, there is a rumor going around that Ruby Rose allegedly broke him up. But who knows about that? I'm not here to talk about it. I will say, that would make the Drewski thing a little bit more interesting when she came out and said, me and Drewski is not together. That was a PR relationship. It wasn't real, yada, yada, yada. It does make it a little bit more interesting if we're following the rumors that she kind of was maybe part of the reason Halle and DDG split. Also, yeah, so with that being said, Joe Budden does what he does. And it's like, you sound clout chasey, which... if we're talking about YouTube DDG, I would agree with, but he's kind of on his craft. Sensitive about his music, but he's on his craft. Anyways, making fun of him, making jokes. Like, I don't know what DDG, the only DDG I know is when Jake the Snake does that to an opponent, basically referencing his name to kind of, that it sounds similar to a DDT finishing move. Basically, making fun of him, saying this is the first and last time I'll talk about you, and you're not important, you're clout chase, you only care about your girlfriend, we don't really care about you, yada, yada, yada. It's funny how Ruby Rose was kind of clout chasing off him to begin with. And now that he got with Halle, which salute, because to be fair, he got with Halle Bailey, he did his thing. For that to happen, now you insinuate, never gave any backlash to Ruby, but you get backlash to him. Now, him making the remarks, bro, I knew DDG was going to say something. We have seen Daryl. Daryl going to talk his shit. If there's one thing we know about Daryl, he going to talk his shit. So, anyways, let's talk about it. I ain't going to waste too much of your time. And Joe Budden might have to talk about this again. Now, he seemed unbothered. But let's see. Let's talk. Now, see, the one thing about DDG is coming from YouTube, and I will give him the fact he's like one of the first, like, I guess, YouTube influencers, content creators that became a proper artist. Him, Queen Naija, and I guess we could throw KSI in there as well. A little bit. He's KSI, so in YouTube assignment and all that. But I will give him some credit. Now, certain people might not take him serious. Fair. But I will give him credit. He has done his thing. You done got to give it to him a bit. But anyways, let's see. So Joseph Budden seems unfazed. Last week, DDG hopped online to announce that he and Bailey broke up. By the way, is it true that he said like her head game was trash? That's what Joe Budden was saying on his podcast. That's insane. If he said that, that's insane. Anyways, broke up. He posted a touching statement in which he described the Little Mermaid star as his best friend despite the split. The announcement has prompted reactions from countless social media users and peers since, including Joseph Budden. During a recent episode of his podcast, Joe Budden weighed in on the breakup and threw some serious shade DDG's way. Oh my god. Yo, my shit, bro. There's always some bullshit going on, bro. Why the fuck am I getting some nonsense, bro? Some pop-ups about some shit. Sorry about that. Always some bullshit. Yeah. According to him, he doesn't know DDG outside of his relationship with Halle Bailey. He says, who the F is DDG and why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything, he wondered. Every time I see his name is attached to hers and is typically in some clout chaser fashion. So that makes me look at him a different way. And hopefully I get to look at him a lot less now that they have broken up. DDG caught wind of his remarks and quickly took to Twitter/X to fire back. So this is what DDG said. Pump it up when gold after 20 years, you old B-word at Joe Budden. I'm on you, hero. I don't be tripping about the girls saying shit cause I'm used to it. It's all love. But you niggas with platforms gonna get a response for sure, he continued. Also going after Budden for his age, family, and more. Nigga got 30 years max of life left and speaking on a relationship of people the same age as your son. You didn't take care of. I hope you forget to take care of your magnesium pills today, you old B-word at Joe Budden. Now, Joe Budden issued a simple response, LOL. He replied to DDG's comments about Pump It Up. He appears unfazed, but also time will tell whether or not he'll come back with a more detailed Hey, listen. If anything, because I remember the Carisha shit happened and the nigga seems unfazed, I'm not saying he might either DDG, especially Flip back this week. Flip gonna be in there, you know what I'm saying? Put the battery in that nigga back to say some shit. Now, honestly, if I'm Joe, I wouldn't talk about it. Now, see, and this is where, like, as much as I do fuck with Joe, this is where I get, like, we're guys. And him, like, oh, who was the last chick he went on before Halle Bailey? And they brought up Ruby Rose. And who was the girl before Ruby Rose? And it's like, bro, if you're not very knowledgeable of dude, just leave it alone. How, like, you can't say, this is the only problem I have with Joe's remarks. You can't say you're gonna give a fuck about dude when, like, about his women, like, prospects or the women he dates. Now, I get it. DDG's a YouTuber, and probably Joe Budden doesn't know about the shit he was doing in YouTube. Fair. But with that being said, like, I'm not saying he's the most famous person in the world, DDG, but you at least have to give him a salute, especially from the career path he originally had to having a decent music career. Decent, I'm not saying he's the best, but he's in the mix a bit. You gotta give it to him a little bit. That's my one thing with that. I hated him saying I'll care when he did. I'll care about him or I'll care about who DDG is. Sorry, I know I'm stuttering. When we have the proper roster of women he has went for. That is insane. It's some guy machismo shit, bro. There's times like Joe Budden's podcast is kind of like the barbershop. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, there was some shit that was uncalled for again. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That DDG response breaking down the breakup was crazy. And again, I didn't go look up that shit. Did he really say her head game is trash? That isn't, bro. Anyways. Yeah, it seems unfazed. Detail coming in. What do you think about DDG going off on Joe? Hey, listen, DDG is defending himself. Whatever. You can't really be mad at it. It is what it is, Joe. You was talking shit about the nigga. It is what it is, bro. We'll see. If Joe has a response, Joe has a response. If he doesn't, it is what it is. But again, he didn't have to go that crazy. But hey, Joe says it's fourth quarter. Some of the time I just feel like he just going off on niggas just for niggas to talk about him. Like, hey, a nigga like me to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we'll see exactly what happens. We'll see. We will see. But what do y'all think? Comment down below. Links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Dewala doing this thing. My name is like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more, you heard me? And I'm gone. Shalom, zoom, peace out, gang. Aye.